Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. This is Tamur, and this is my channel, the Cloud Security Guy. And today I want to talk about a trend. Gartner, if you're not familiar, Gartner, they usually release their research reports and surveys, and their reports are quite good. And they recently, what they did was they revealed their top 10 strategic technology trends for 2025. What are the key things, the strategic things which are changing, and which are the future trends. And this research may not always be like 100% accurate. I mean, no research is, but it is a very good way to see where the industry is trending for the next, 3 to 5 years. And it's quite interesting. It shows a future where AI systems are taking over more and more, and human beings are increasingly collaborating with machines. And for if you're a cybersecurity professional, it really shows where the industry is heading, and that's what I wanted to talk about actually today, where the industry is heading. So like I said, things like agent based AI governance platforms, disinformation security, post quantum cryptography, and on. So I'm going to do is let's have an in-depth dive into each of them and what they mean for cybersecurity professionals, right? So that's the topic for today's video, which is the top 10 tech trends for 2025 and beyond, as per the Gartner's recent report. And if you're new to this channel, I talk on a weekly basis about things like cloud security, AI, and general cybersecurity career advice. So let's go one by one. For the first one is agentic AI or agent-based AI. Now, AI, if you're not familiar with like the Gen AI, it's just prompting, right? You prompt it and it gives you a response back. Now, with agent-based AI, we're moving away from back and forth prompting to execution, basically autonomous AIs. These agents will independently act. Like they won't wait for you to tell them to do something. They're going to act by themselves based on a task that you've given them. And this could be awesome in cybersecurity. You could tell it to do threat detection and response, like replacing an L1 SOC analyst. But they also could be very, very dangerous if somebody manages to take them over, right? If you're a cybersecurity professional, you know how dangerous service accounts are, right? If somebody takes over service based accounts. So you can imagine what can happen if somebody, a hacker, takes over these agents and starts compromising them within your environment. These agents will have access to your systems, your data, and you can imagine what is going to happen. So that's one thing you really want to think about. The next two is number two is AI governance platforms. Now, AI, it doesn't exist in a vacuum, right? It needs a governance structure, and there are many, many risks coming out of AI. That's why we have more and more regulations coming out. We had things like the EU AI Act, which just came out, which is the first proper AI law, you can say. And more standards are following, like the NIST AI risk management framework. We also had the ISO 42001 standard, which defines like an AI management system. But the thing is, how are you going to keep track of all of them, right? Like you need some sort of a platform or a system which tells you which AI is working properly, what are the risks, and this is where AI governance platforms are going to come in. These tools are going to become more and more popular, allowing you to map your systems against standards like NIST, EUAI Act, ISO 42001. So definitely something you want to keep in mind. Disinformation security. So this is like I like the name, by the way. So disinformation security is like it's a outcome of Gen AI. This is no surprise given the rate at which Gen AI has been advancing. Now, with things like ChatGPT and all those other models which are there, you can create so much fake information. You can create deep fakes. Imagine a cyber attacker, it starts blackmailing a company, not with ransomware, but telling them that he's going to create deep fakes of their CEO or of their board of directors and spread it on the internet to damage their brand and reputation. And the company knows that even if this is fake, by the time they will tell people, so much damage will have been done to their brand, to their stock price. So this is where disinformation security comes in. Basically, the ability to tell and like protect your company against fake information being spread online. There will be tools, and so if you're in your cybersecurity, defending against disinformation will require strategies such as deploying detection tools and educating staff on how to identify things like deep fake and other like Gen AI generated fake content. So this is going to be a very, very interesting field. Okay, number four is post quantum cryptography. I'm very happy about this because I just made a video about this, and I made a course on Udemy also about this, because I know this is something which is going to be very, very important. Quantum computers are very, very powerful, and they're so powerful they make mainstream computers look like basically very, very slow prehistoric computers. Once they become mainstream, they're going to change everything, especially from a security perspective, especially the power of quantum computing. These cryptographic algorithms will break all the encryption algorithms. The encryption algorithms that we use, like in PCI DSS, ISO, all those things. And if you're a cybersecurity professional, you really need to think about doing a gap about what encryption algorithms you have. How do you transition to the new standards from NIST which have come out, and how to protect yourself on this? I've made a video on this. You can check on my channel because I know how important this is. The next one is ambient intelligence. Now, you might be thinking, what the heck does that mean? So, this is something I'm quite interested in, honestly. Ambient intelligence means basically putting sensing technologies into your environments that will detect you, and it will basically carry out actions without any active user control. So, you won't even know they're in the background and working, right? Real time tracking will happen. They will recognize you, they will act on it. The one thing to remember is this sort of real time tracking will also become like a privacy nightmare. You can imagine, right? Uh, Sensors invisibly working in the background. If an attacker takes them over, you can imagine what's going to happen. So, cybersecurity professionals, we really have to develop protocols to protect data privacy and preventing unauthorized access to these tools. Otherwise, they could become a privacy nightmare and somebody could use them for eavesdropping. Number six was energy efficient computing. Now, this is something I'm sure you must have heard of: sustainable energy, clean energy, and it has been gathering momentum these last couple of years. Sorry. And it has become more and more important because of AI. Now, AI in computing, it needs a lot of power, a lot of energy, a lot of computing power. So that's why companies are now prioritizing energy efficient computing. They want to manage the environmental impact, and a lot of these new technologies which are coming out, which are based not on fossil fuels but are on clean technology. They will bringing in new types of risk, right? Cyber criminals are going to be targeting them instead of the traditional energy infrastructure. And again, cybersecurity professionals need to understand how they operate. What are the risks? Do you even know what sort of sustainable technologies are there? What are the key risks? How their systems work? What sort of attacks are they vulnerable to? Because believe me, as more and more sustainable clean energy moves towards critical infrastructure and more dependency comes on these, cyber criminals are also going to be aware of this. I mean, they'll try and compromise this. So this is another technology trend you need to think about. Hybrid computing, I would not call this a new trend. So basically, we already know that, yeah, hybrid computing, a blend of on-prem and cloud, it's nothing new. And but what Gartner has said, they have talked about, like, more and more integration will happen between autonomous business processes. It will get augmented, human beings will get augmented. Honestly, I think this is more like science fiction. Hybrid computing in the form of cloud, I mean, cybersecurity professionals already know of the challenge of that, right? The hybrid cloud, basically securing both on-prem and the cloud environments. You need to have tools which give you visibility, and integrating cloud native tools. The more AI gets popular, the more cloud environment will become like they will. There's a link between AI and the cloud, because the amount of computing power and storage that the cloud needs, you need the AI needs. You can only do that on the cloud. So that's why hybrid computing will become more and more popular. Spatial computing. Now, what is that? Spatial computing, simply put, these things like virtual reality, VR glasses, they have become more and more popular, and slowly they will start moving to the corporate environment also. And they're going to blur the lines. Think of VR glasses being used by companies for training, like they give to your HR, and they're using for trainings or corporate meetings or for customers. And they're going to bring in unique security concerns also. How do you protect the privacy of these devices? How do you protect unauthorized access? Maybe use MFA. This is something which is going to become more and more popular. Now, number nine is polyfunctional robots. Now, what is that exactly? This, it can be think of the next evolution of robots and AI. So basically, currently we have machines, but they do one task, right? In companies and industrial environments. But polyfunctional robots are things, they will be able to do multiple things and collaborate with human beings. And this could be a massive shake-up in a lot of environments. Robots will be entering workspaces now, and you need to make sure that the data they collect and share is secure. And they may be interacting with multiple systems and users. You can imagine, right? What happens if an attacker is able to take them over? This is like science fiction, but it's becoming more and more reality. These polyfunctional robots, they're going to be doing a lot of stuff where human beings might find dangerous. We will use these sort of robots for doing it, right? This is something really out from the movies, but Gartner has said this is a trend which is only going to happen as AI will move more to the physical realm. And number 10 is neurological enhancement. Now, this is something I think, I'll be honest, I think this is a little bit too far ahead, a little too much science fiction. Like if you seen the movie The Matrix, where they plug in your brain, right? But basically, yeah, they're saying that you will be able to write information to your brain. I don't think this is going to happen anytime soon, and I don't think people are any excited about people like their brain information being put directly into their brain. Once it becomes mainstream, we can think about it. But honestly, I think Gartner is a little bit bogus here. I seriously doubt this is going to happen anytime soon. So these were the top 10 tech trends for 2025 and beyond, and you can really think of them as something which is going to be the direction of the industry for the next 3 to 5 years. Gartner do a lot of good research, and they may be wrong in a few things, but a lot of times they are right. And now you might be thinking, oh man, this is like driving me nuts. What do I have to do? Like, what should I do to stay ready? How do I get ready for this new crazy world which is coming? So there are many things you can do. First of all, I mean, these trends are showing where technology is going, right? So, I mean, as cybersecurity professionals, there are a few things you can do. First of all, is be proactive. So start learning about quantum safe encryption, disinformation, deepfakes, AI governance. I've made many videos on this. My courses are there in Udemy, right? Focus on privacy and ethical standards. Almost all of them you can see there's a lot of privacy impact which is coming out. A lot of these things they will move away from the technical stuff and more towards governance, ethics, privacy. So this is a very important field. And you can prepare for hybrid and complex environments where AI is doing something, human beings are doing something, something's happened on cloud, on prem, on sensors. You need to really understand how these things are going to change, right? The days of where everything was on prem, they're going to go away. They're almost obsolete now. And lastly, learning to adapt and like future proof yourself. So develop a continuous learning model. Every year learn about these new things, read books, get courses, right? And please do not be one of those people who just thinks that doing a certification is enough, or I'll do a corporate training and that's it. So it's very important to have these sort of things. So the be proactive, focus on privacy, governance, ethics, prepare for hybrid complex environments, and learn how to adapt. So these were the, you can say, the top 10 technology trends for 2025. I hope you found this useful. Let's see in 1 year where we stand. If you found this video, please do like and subscribe to this channel. Thank you very much. And I'll see you in the next video.